What's good, YouTube? What's good? I already know what time it is. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, man, and let's do this here, man. Today, man, I'm gonna tell you the time they put a rat in my cell, man. Yeah, they put a rat in my cell, man, because they had been trying to get me for so long, right? Because I was doing too much in other words, getting too much contraband in and out of those gates. So they put a rat in my cell, right? They put a rat in my cell, man, and I trusted the kid, man. Yeah, I trusted him, man, and and the reason why I did trust him because he had sat around so many real dudes and soaked up so much game. So when he finally pulled up on me, what he was telling me sounded the same as what I would be telling somebody, right? Didn't know he was a rat the whole time. Yeah, he was a rat the whole time. But here's the deal, though. He was a rat in the game. He was a rat in the game, and that's what made it legit. At least I thought it was legit, right? Because I mean, he was moving packs and sacks the same way I was, and not so much as me even, getting a glimpse that he was a rat. You couldn't even walk up on me and tell me, say, hey, you know what, man? That's a rat you dealing with. I'll tell you now, man. I done seen this boy turn too many corners. I know the law he dealing with, and the law he was dealing with was the same law I was dealing with, right? Yeah. We both had the same plug, but having the same plug didn't count for shit. The whole time, he was trying to knock me and the law out of position. And like I say, y'all already know I had one of the prestigious jobs that any inmate in a prison could have. ODR, 10 flat, head cook. Could nobody on the ranch top it, right? So like I said, the warden had been trying to get me, the captain had been trying to get me, and the lieutenants was on me. It's kind of like when you're in the streets, right? When you got the snitches lined up in line trying to get you, and you got the feds trying to get you, right? But the only difference is I was in motherfucking TDC, running from both ends of the field. I'm trying to hide from the laws and the inmates. Yeah. And sometimes that shit is hard to do. Because see, here's the deal. When you in there, they don't need no evidence. All they got to do is come and get your ass, take you to PhD, change the job, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. But here's the deal, though. You might not even get no case. It ain't about getting the case. It's about moving you from that position. That's what it's about. So, like I say, they plugged the rat in the cell with me, man. Plugged the rat in the cell with me, right? And I had two main plugs, two bad motherfuckers. One boy was putting it on the books, the other boy was bringing it in, right? And when I got on this wrench, it wasn't shit on the wrench. No cigarettes, no weed, no nothing, right? But all it took was somebody that knew how to play the game and how to set the game up. And the players was gonna come, right? So anyway, when I touched down over here, right, they said, man, we're gonna put you in utility, right? So I'm like, damn, what the fuck is utility? Utility means when they put you in the kitchen, they can put you anywhere in that motherfucker to do what needs to be did, right? But just so happened, the big boy in the office see me, laid eyes on me. Said, damn, it look like that old convict Hollywood. Called me in there. Saw who I was. He said, man, where they got you working at? I said, man, they got me in utility, Cap. So this is what he tell me. He said, man, can you cook? I said, yeah. You going in ODR. Boom, I go in ODR, man. Put me on the grill. Do my best shit. For long, came the head cook, right? So anyway, like I said, when you in there, all the plugs come through there. And it ain't easy getting no plug. You have to know exactly what you're doing. That's why them boys on the unit didn't have no plug, right? But when I landed on that motherfucker, 2 plugs on several occasions, right? Keep in mind, I was on that motherfucker for 10 years, right? 2 plugs, one putting it on the books, one bringing it in. And down around that area is where the Army base at. So it ain't shit to coordinate through them dudes coming out of the Army because they feel like a motherfucker hold them anyway, right? So I'm gonna try to get through this story, man. As y'all can see, my motherfucking voice kind of scraggly, man, because I went to a football game the other night, man. And you know, cheered for a few people that was on the field, put it like that. So so anyway, man, back to the story at hand. They put a rat in the cell with me, man. Put a rat in the cell with me. Damn good rat. And I was the cheese. And what I mean by I was the cheese, he was studied nibbling off me, trying to get to the lawman. But he was sent there by the motherfucking warden. That's what I found out later on in the game, right? So check this out. Stay with me now. Stay with me. So I get the lawman. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna call him Mr. S, young motherfucker. Did one term in the military, came out of that bitch. Straight 110. Came to TDC, needed some bread, but didn't know how to get no bread. That's all I needed. I'm gonna give you instructions on how to get what you're looking for, right? Cool. But here's the deal. I need another plug to put the money on the books that I make off of him. Bam. So he hooked me up with his homeboy. So there's 2 plugs down at one time. And I coordinated like that, right? But here's the catch-22. like I said, I was already getting the work in, and my Cellie never knew who I was getting it from, right? But at the same time, he was kind of hard to figure out as being a rat because he was in the game too. And he had a plug, right? But his plug was bringing in cans of dip. I don't fuck with no dip. You know what I'm saying? Although it's money in that, but I didn't fuck with no dip, right? So check this out. So anyway, man, and still to this day, I think where it went bad at with him because he wanted to be plugged in with this female. And just like we all know, man, if any kind of pussy get involved with business, that means somebody's feelings gonna get involved, right? So his feelings was tied up in the female, right? Didn't have shit to do with me. All I was doing was playing my part. And what I mean by playing my part, man, is this. I looked at all COs the same, whether they was male or female, right? When they sign up on my team, it's like signing up for the motherfucking United States Army. You knew your life existed on a chance before you signed up, right? So in other words, if you get caught bringing something in, I'm on to the next police. Because I ain't got no heart for no laws. And it was always me against them. And why? Because I was serving a motherfucking life sentence. So love and a life sentence didn't mix. I figured that out real quick. Get the money, son. So anytime I got involved with anything, it was always about getting the money. And if anything extra came along with that, I probably would take a look at it. But that wasn't my first priority, right? It was always get the money. So anyway, like I said, man, a female got involved, man, and wanted to be on the team. So I went out. My Cellie lose. I mean, we chopped it up about it, man. And he told me it was all good. You win, I lose, man. I ain't doing no tripping. But at the same time, I understand this too, that everybody gonna always scream at, man, I ain't worried about that. I'm a player, man. I'm a player, man. That's what they say until it's time for you to play. And when it's time for you to play, that's when you pull your love card out, right? Come on, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Y'all already know a motherfucker say they a player, but when they get peeled, the first motherfucker to go is who? It ain't the woman. It's always the dude, right? Always. So anyway, man, long story short, that's what happened in this case. He teamed up with the gray suits to knock me in order to keep it good with her. That's what I found out later on in the game, right? So anyway, man, this how this shit went. This how this shit went, man. First time my 25 years, man, that they put a rat in the cell with me, man. They put a rat in the cell with me, and I'll be the first to admit they got me, right? The evidence was so strong against me, man, that I couldn't fight back, right? All I could do was hope that they don't goddamn drown me to where I can't come back, right? But we know one thing. Just because you put a hole in the boat, don't mean the boat gonna sink fully, right? Stay with me. So anyway, what they was hoping when they popped the law, that the law was gonna give me up, that me and him was putting in work, right? But I did my homework. I schooled both of them, tied their shoes up tight, told them how to play it if it ever came down to it, right? And what I mean how to play it if it ever came down to it is they don't know shit unless you tell them. And don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe when they bring my name up and say that I'm the one that gave you up. You got to think about the shit before you start talking. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when I was in that bitch, the GIs and all that shit, they were number convicts. Because all they knew, they got it from the motherfucking inmates in there. Yeah, they got it from the inmates in there. So you had to wake up early in the morning to get away from them motherfuckers, right? Because when you sleep, they got you on the motherfucking bulletin board, just like the feds in the world, trying to pop your ass. And you'll be surprised how many motherfuckers on your team done sent shit in on you. Real shit. Real shit. So check this here out. Now, this boy here, he give the whole motherfucking pot up. The whole pot. So I asked him one day, we in our ride. I said, man, let me ask you something. If you could get anything in this motherfucker, what would it be? He said, man, shit, I get that powder in here, man. I get that powder. I said, I don't fuck with no powder. I don't. He said, no, I'm going to get the shit in for me. I said, well, okay then. I tell you what. Since you must sell it, I'm going to holler at my plug, see if he can bring you a little old 8 in there. But you got to pay for it up front, right? He said, bet that. Like I said, it was hard to detect him due to the fact because he was in the game and he had the money on site. And we all know one thing, man. Money on wood make whatever good, right? And especially, the shit is, man, look, I'm telling you, I'm right there while he transacting business. I'm holding it down for him. That's what made the shit look so legit. It's no different from when you in the world, when they send a lawman on your ass and he's smoking. He said, man, this motherfucker can't be no police, because see, I just served him and he's smoking what I served him. That's how this shit went, right? Because normally I'm on my square business shit. But this boy here was a seasoned rat. A seasoned rat. I mean rotten. Tail this goddamn long, right? So, man, I get to work for him. Boy, bring me the 8. I take it to him. Never forget it, like it was yesterday. This how you get the law. This how you get the law. They in the chow hall, sitting at the chow hall table. I'm outside the door. Boom. Both of them at the table, lined up, snorting, right? I'm holding it down at the door. Both of them snorting motherfucking cocaine. Not knowing that these motherfuckers from the church house is looking through the chow hall. recording him and the lawman snorting cocaine. I'm talking about free word shit all the way. All the way. So anyway, they get through snout. Boom. Come out of the chow hall. I fall in the chow hall. I'm sitting at the table with the lawman. Me and him chopping it up. Yeah, me and him chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that day passed by. I'm in the house, right back. So they come to the house, say, hey man, they want you up front. So I go up front, I'm like, what's up? Walk all the way up to the front office. When I go to the front office, they tell me to sit right there. So I'm sitting right there. You got to sit in this cage, right? This is how they try to play me. So they come out, tell me, go in there. I go in, GI say, hey, strip down. So I strip down, and they try to hit me with the gang shit. Oh, we got word that you're a leader of whatever. I said, man, look, don't try to play me with that weak ass shit, man, because y'all know one thing. The only motherfucking gang I'm in is the one I came in this motherfucker with, the one-man gang. The one-man gang, and that's me. So miss me with that shit on to something else, right? So they asked me, what do you know about this right here? I don't know what motherfucker, but I know where they coming at now. They bringing this shit to me, right? So I'm winding it back in my head. Oh shit. These hoes talking about the chow hall scene, right? So the lawman they talking about. Shout out my boy Singleton. Yeah, shout out Singleton. Stand up motherfucking lawman. Didn't give him shit. They wanted him to give me up, right? But what he didn't do, he didn't spill on me. He walked it off. And when he walked it off, all they had left was what they had on tape. And what they had on tape was him in the chow hall snorting cocaine with the undercover motherfucking rat, AKA called motherfucking Twin, still in that bitch. Yeah, he's still in that bitch. And that's what surprised me, that a motherfucker with that much time ain't never getting out. Never ever getting out. A killer in the world, but a rat in the motherfucking penitentiary, right? This the kind of motherfucker they hit sick on me to bring me down, right? And like I said, got me. Yeah. Knocked me all the way out of motherfucking pocket. Knocked me out of pocket. Knocked me out the ODR. Sent me to the other side of the motherfucking unit. Disconnected all the plugs. Just goddamn me. So he could get an ODR. At least that's what he thought, right? At the end of the motherfucking day, I had to tip my hat to the motherfucking rat. I could have killed him. I could have had him killed. I could have did any motherfucking thing I wanted to do to him, right? But the reason why I didn't is because I knew one thing. The police got a job to do. The snitches got a job to do. And the motherfucker that's hustling got a job to do. The police job is to bust the hustler. The snitch job is the snitch on the hustler. And the hustler's job is to keep his motherfucking mouth closed at all times, right? No harm, no foul. Because like I say, the moral of this motherfucking story, man, is that the same motherfucker you serve on a daily basis will clone you, and when he get outside of you, he'll become you, and guess what? He'll be the biggest motherfucking rat in the world, and you'll be the biggest piece of cheese. And on that day, I was the biggest motherfucking piece of cheese in the world, man. In my 25 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, that was my first time ever getting bit by an undercover rat. Remember to hit that like button and that subscribe button, man. Salute. OG Hollywood.